guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Danik and I am excited to be doing this video because in this video I'm going to give you guys an update on my ESL or my TESL, my TEFL, my TEFL adventure, my TEFL journey here. And actually, if you're trying to do the whole TEFL certification thing, then you will know about all the different acronyms out there that basically mean the same thing. There's the CELTA, there's the TEFL, there's the TESL, and you know, it's just mind-boggling trying to figure out what the difference is with them all. But for the most part, they all basically mean the same thing. Anyways, so I'm doing this video to give you guys an update on what's going on with my TEFL program. And like I said, I think I mentioned this in the first video, I'm doing this video so that if you guys are also trying to sign up for a TEFL online program or certification, this is something we can all experience together. So if you're doing that, please leave comments in the comment section below so that I will know what's going on with you, and you guys can stay updated with what's going on with me. So in the last video, I did mention how I wanted to do the International TEFL Academy program that's going to be in Barcelona, Spain. But unfortunately, I am not able to do that program because the EU, of course, has very strict regulations with Americans traveling to Europe right now. We are basically not permitted into European countries as tourists for the most part. So if anyone needs to go to Europe, they have to have a designated or specific purpose. So in order for me to do the Barcelona trip, I'd have to apply for a student visa first, and then I would be able to go to that location. So, and that would actually delay all of my plans for a series of months, because from what I understand, applying for the visa in Spain, or the student visa, can take up to like 90 days, which is about a 3-month period. And that's not necessarily within my schedule of how I saw myself kind of doing and completing the course. I really wanted to do it as soon as possible, so I could hurry up and get my certification and go from there. So that has kind of narrowed my choices down, and I have decided to look at Guadalajara, Mexico for my course, which there's a lot of pluses to doing it in Mexico in general. Like, I wanted to go to Barcelona, Spain because I wanted the experience, I wanted to travel, I wanted to explore Spain, and I wanted to, of course, better my Spanish. But okay, I had a notification, and whatnot, but it kind of works out for me to go ahead and go to Mexico because Mexico is much closer to where I live. I live in Dallas, Texas, and so it's a quicker flight. It's only like an hour and a half to fly there, so that's one great thing. Another great thing is that I don't need a student visa in order to be there. I do need a work visa in order to work there, but I can freely come and go through the country without there being any issue or problems. Like, the EU right now has travel restrictions, but Mexico does not have travel restrictions for Americans. So it would be easier for me to fly there and to go ahead and do the course. And now I would need a work visa in order to get a job, but apparently, from what I understand, it's much easier. Well, in some ways, it's much easier to just get the work visa, and it can be a slightly quicker process than what I have come to understand about Spain. Anyway, so yes, so there's that going on. So that's another plus. Another plus is my money goes much further in Mexico. Like, of course, in Spain they use the euro, and the euro is actually more expensive than the dollar. So so if I go to Mexico, it's like 20 pesos to the dollar. So for me to go and do the course in Mexico, it's so much more cost effective. I will be able to take my money, and it's going to go much further with wherever I choose to stay, whatever I choose to purchase while I'm there, food, travel, things like that. So there's a lot of pluses for me to go ahead and do the course in Mexico. And on top of that, another benefit is the fact that the Spanish that I have been learning has been Central and South American Spanish. So it will just be another plus for me to do it in Mexico, since everyone will be speaking speaking with an accent that I'm accustomed to. Now, I don't really have that many problems with the Spanish accent, the accent from Spain. It's still the same language, and I can follow them the same, but I have noticed, of course, the Spanish have certain ways of saying things. They have certain verb tenses and conjugations that they use that's not used in Central American Spanish. So this really kind of works out to be a tremendous plus for me, since I'm learning Spanish, because by me living in Texas and here in Dallas, of course, we have a number of people who are from Mexico and, of course, speak with that accent and have that same dialect when they interact. So So across the board, it seems to be just a plus to go ahead and do my course in Guadalajara, Mexico. And there was something else I wanted to say, and I forgot what it was. Okay, but yes, so I'm excited about that. I'm really I think things just kind of worked out favorably, and I still miss the idea of doing things in Barcelona. But like I said, if I do Barcelona, I'd have to wait until February or March or even April of next year, because it would all be dependent on when I could get that student visa approved and get my actual hands on it. So but the one plus about doing this, getting certified and becoming a freelance English teacher, is that I will, I can, like I said in the last video, I can travel wherever. I can teach private lessons wherever. So I could easily travel to Spain and Barcelona and, look for students that I can teach and tutor and just easily see the country that way. But I just figured it would be much more fun to do it through a program, because that way I would have like some friends who are also taking the class with me, like classmates. And of course, people go out and hang out and see the city and things like that. So that's one plus about taking the Barcelona class, that I could have actually explored the city and the country with other people who were like-minded like me, because the majority of people who do this ESL abroad, they're doing it because they want to travel as well. They want to see the country and see the world. So but at the same time, I'm still going to encounter people in Mexico, in Guadalajara, Mexico, who are going to be wanting to do this very same thing, and we'll be able to explore Mexico as well. So, but because of this, I've been, jumping online and trying to do a lot of research about Guadalajara and, what the job market is like there. And one thing that I've learned about being an ESL teacher is that there's kind of like two classifications for being an English teacher abroad. Or the classifications for the jobs, I mean. There are the classification of jobs where you just basically break even, meaning that you're taking the jobs, and a lot of times, I'm sorry, let's work on my English first. A lot of times these jobs are part-time. So, and they're kind of considered break-even jobs. So you take these jobs and sometimes you're only working 20 to 30 hours a week, which means that, and they could break that up through 5 days a week, or they could break it up into do it all within 3 days of the week, and then you're off for the rest of the week. So one thing that I'm learning as I do all this research about English teachers and finding jobs abroad and things like that, is that a lot of ESL teachers end up having to find supplemental income. So they will get a job working for a school, and then they also do online tutoring and teaching as a way to support themselves abroad, or perhaps they have another source of income that's helping them out. So there's a number of jobs out there where they're considered the break-even jobs, where you're not going to be able to really save a lot of money. But if you're also trying to learn the language and study the culture and things like that, it's a great opportunity to do that. Or if you're trying to build up your resume and you're wanting to take the job for the experience, so you can move on to other things later on down the road, that's a great opportunity as well. And then there's the second category of jobs, where they're like the more affluent jobs. These are the jobs that you typically, more likely, I'm thinking, you probably need like at least a bachelor's for a lot of these careers, especially if you're going to China or the Middle East. Those are the areas that pay the most for English teachers, where you can make between $2,000 to $5,000 a month. And so those are where, English is in high demand in those regions, but at the same time, you have to have more or less the higher levels of the qualifications in order to get those jobs. Now, from what I've gathered, and I'm not an expert, guys, so don't just take this video and run with it, but from what I gather, when in Central America, even in certain countries in Asia, but Central America and certain places in Europe, you don't necessarily have to have a bachelor's degree. You can just have, as long as you just have a Tefl certification, certification, some sort of certification that shows whatever company you're applying for that you've actually had some sort of training in, class planning, and of course in being able to teach the language in a classroom setting, and you're able to fulfill the role of a teacher within the company. So by you having that certification, that just lets people know that they can, that certification vouchers for the fact you've had, official teacher training with in that particular given field. And of course, you have to be a native English speaker. There are jobs available for non-native English speakers, but certain rules apply for that. And sometimes it's, I think a lot of times companies can say they want native speakers, which can weed out a lot of non-native English speakers, but nonetheless, there are still jobs available for non-native speakers as well as native speakers, as well as, you know, bachelor degree native speakers, all that stuff. So the whole entire like the work community, or the work, whatever you want to call it, the job field, there you go, of English teaching is very, very, very diverse, and you just have to do your own research to see exactly what each person is looking for. So I don't want to come across one way or the other, because from my research, there are opportunities for everyone, even if you're just a native speaker who doesn't even have a TEFL. That's what I've gathered from my research. You know, you can get a job doing a lot of these places, but it significantly increases your chances if you do have a TEFL or a CELTA or a TESOL. And then of course it increases your chances even more for the higher paid jobs if you have a BA. So, all right, guys. So I hope this video was informative for you guys. Like I said, you know, this is really just kind of documenting my own personal journey with TEFL, with my TEFL degree. And once again, I am choosing to go with International TEFL Academy, and I've spoken with my advisor. I spoke with her yesterday. Her name is Kari, and she's really cool. I really enjoyed interacting with her, and she was very open, very knowledgeable, and very quick and ready to answer whatever questions I have. I didn't feel any pressure. I didn't feel like, you know, I was being talked into anything. I didn't feel like I was being hassled or anything like that. It was very, very cool, very, very chill. And I honestly felt like I was talking to a friend. So guys, if you are considering trying to figure out what TEFL program or company to go with, I do recommend International TEFL Academy. That's the one I'm going with so far. Of course, I'm just at the very beginning of the journey. I still have to go through taking care of my enrollment and my finances and paying for the course, and you know, saving a spot for myself in the class. But like I said, this is documenting my journey, so I will fill you guys in on all of that in the coming videos. So please make sure you stay tuned, and thank you for visiting. Guys, if you enjoyed the content here, please don't forget to leave a comment below and click the like button and subscribe, because the like button helps us out a lot in giving us visibility on YouTube. And of course, subscribe just helps us to just reach more people and develop a following here on our YouTube channel that that will kind of help us to I think, you know, our subscriber numbers as well helps us to have greater reach on YouTube, because YouTube pays attention to subscriber counts, especially when it comes to monetization and things like that. So quite naturally, yes. So if you subscribe, you will definitely be helping us out to move a little further up the YouTube chain, so that we're not just like food for the bottom feeders here on YouTube. So, but yes, thank you so much again for your time. I do appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video.